If you're over 50 and your finances has hit a wall, there've been some setback, whether it's a divorce, whether it's a betrayal, whether you had a business and that business collapsed, whether you had a health diagnosis and something changed, but you're at a place where you're over 50, the retirement plan doesn't look bright. Whatever is the cause, this video might provide some nuggets that you could work with. My name is Nigel, a former educator turned entrepreneur, and in this video my only goal is to be able to help you to understand how you can develop a new plan as you approach retirement. I'm not going to sit down here and talk about budgeting. I'm not going to talk about saving. I'm not going to be talking about raising credit scores and none of the traditional things, because what happened to me, I had to start over. I started over after 50. And after starting over, I was forced to make a new identity, reinvent myself. And in the last 7 years, I've been able to generate a little over $5 million in a brand new business. Today, I'm not going to talk about how you can generate $5 million. But what I wanted to talk to you about is the single thing that you might not know you're sitting on. And what is that? Follow me. When I started out, I was an educator. When I left teaching, I opened a tutoring and learning center. And whilst working as an educator at my learning center, my only goal was helping every student who wanted help. And in trying to do that, I wasn't actually pulling a lot of traction. It's a little windy. If you're hearing wind in the background, forgive me. I'm out in the park. It's a little better than being in the office or in the studio, where it's a little more confined. But out in the open, it's me and nature, and I want to talk to you. So let's go back to our story. When I started tutoring, I was working with students, and I was marketing, and I was telling everybody I can do tutoring. And this is the problem. People don't want tutoring. Their child is failing. They don't want tutoring. The child has the SAT to write. They don't want tutoring. The parents just need one thing. They needed certainty that I can help their child to get into college. They needed certainty I can raise the child's score so the child can get qualified for scholarship. They needed certainty that I can provide the help in putting together the application for scholarships and their ideal school so their child can raise their score by 300 points and get into a school of their choice. Very narrow, very specific. I didn't know this. I literally had to pay a coach who I met at a conference who helped me to uncover this. We call this, in the world of online marketing, we call this your key avatar. When you identify your key avatar, or some people might call it your ICP, your ideal client profile, ICP, your ideal client profile is, and you speak that by saying, I help dash do XYZ without. So let's frame that for this conversation. I help students raise their SAT score by 300 points to get into their ideal school without paying a lot of money, without having to shift their schedule, without each and every one of those without. If I'm a parent coach, if I help parents, I'm the father of 5 boys, 5 sons. 3 are in college currently. And because 3 are in college, I pay close to, well, apart from my one who's on a big scholarship, I pay close to $100,000 per year in tuition for 3 kids in college and 1 in high school. A lot of people make $100,000 per year as their annual salary. Many do not make $100,000. So I am not naive to that. When I was teaching, I wasn't making $100,000. I'm sharing that because I'm trying to share. Your goal is to identify one problem you could solve. If you were in healthcare management, you were working at the local grocery store, you were working for the federal government, you were, name it, you would have, through the years, solved a particular role at work. With that role comes skills. Your job is not to think of your knowledge. Your job is to think of a problem. When you think of it through the problem lens, you're listening to the question through the client. When I started out, I am a teacher. I want to help students. When I graduated from Sir Potter College of Education, I was 20. So I became a school teacher very young. And I can say, oh, I'm a school teacher. When I came to the US and I went back to college in Tacoma Park, I did 2 degrees. I went back to college. I became a teacher right here in Montgomery County. But what I'm saying is, I am sharing a simple concept that a lot of people mistake. They try to present people with, I am educated. That's not a problem. People who make the most money online are not educated. I lie. They're educated, but not in academia. They're not degreed educated. They don't have a degree in finance or a degree in education, or many of them do. But the majority that you're seeing making 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, they're solving a single problem to a single individual. Last week, whilst we were working at one of the projects we were working at, the lady said to me her son does SEO. He used to work for a tech company and he got fired. And they were preparing to repossess his car. And he called the dealership and he said to the dealership, hey, I run marketing. Do you need help with your marketing? The same dealer is about to repossess his car. And he said to the dealer, I can help you get your company ranked on Google Maps, ranked on the internet, ranked X, Y, and Z. I'm an SEO specialist. SEO is search engine optimization. When you go into any search place, whether it's on YouTube and search, whether it's on Google and search, whether it's on Yahoo, on Bing, on DuckDuckGo, or any other search platform. If you go into ChatGPT and search, you're searching. For ranking to happen, people need to take content and format it in such a way that whatever is the search term becomes easily accessible. For that, he charged a company $1,200 a month. The same company that was about to repossess his car for $1,200 paid him $3,000 for 6 months. I'm sharing a single guy who used a single skill that he didn't learn in college. He's an engineer. He's a software engineer, a tech guy. But all he knows is I can take a pain of someone else and I can sell them a service. When I provided SAT prep, I did that. Currently with my current company, I provide emergency services. Last week we started a new job in College Park. Somebody just bought a house, and whilst they're moving in the furniture, he went into the basement and discovered in the storage under the step, that closet had a water damage, and they have mold all the way up the wall. We do emergency service. Mold remediation, we'll do. So I got the call from my ads and we went out and signed a job. But I'm sharing it this way. When your job is to help a client, you're not sitting down asking yourself what education I have to solve a problem. Or you're going to be trapped in, I'm an accountant, I'm a software engineer, I'm a physical therapist, I'm an occupational therapist, I'm an ophthalmologist, I'm an optometrist. It's not the language. I have a friend who I did some consulting for. He's a nurse. Now these little bug thingy, they're just too much. Yeah. He's a nurse and he helped people reverse their diabetes. Now, I am not to the FDA, I am not endorsing, I'm just telling you what he does. He helps people use natural means and reverse their diabetes. Very narrow. He is finishing his PhD right now and he's complaining to me that he's having a hard time with language. And I kept on saying to him, ask yourself, what is your client searching for? My A1C is high, my this and that is high, I need to X, Y, and Z. That's what a person is searching. At 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, when they get up and they can't sleep back, they're not looking, I am diabetic. He is talking, I help diabetics. That's not what people search. People search for a specific pain. This morning I'm at the Starbucks getting a glass of drink. And a young lady came in and she's limping. And she said she has an abscess on her heel. And it came from wearing a tight shoe. So I asked, is it infected? I worked in healthcare, I am not a nurse. Did you seek medical help? Well, I'll have to take off from work. I said, and you're wearing a Crocs to work. A Crocs to work. But you're limping. But I don't want to take a day off. So in her mind, if she takes a day off, she's going to lose money. But her pain is, I have something on my foot. If she's searching, it could be infections from X, Y, and Z. That's the search string. What to do if I have an infection on my heel? What to do if I have a... That's all you're asking. You can describe the item. I have a raised bump on the back of my foot by XYZ. I fall and XYZ. You're identifying a narrow problem. That's where your content, that's where your knowledge, that's where your message can provide a solution. If you can go that narrow, you can provide solutions to a lot of people. And if you are struggling with your retirement plan, you can fix your finances using the knowledge you have. In this series, I intend to show you how to take your knowledge and create a new retirement plan because you're over 50. When you're over 50, you cannot think about 10 different things. I'll provide this and this and this and this and this. No. I'll provide, this is alkaline water. I'll provide alkaline water to people who are XYZ. I'll provide alkaline water to women who are nursing their baby. I'll provide alkaline water to people who have gallstones. I'll provide, it's a single solution to a single problem, to a single avatar. In that way, you'll have better outcome, you'll have more revenue, and you too can get your retirement plan working. If this video has helped you, tell me. If I needed to do more, tell me. If you like this, subscribe. Share it with one person. Just one person. I wanted you to win. You're over 50. You're struggling with what to do. I am showing you an organized plan that can move you forward. I don't care where you're starting from. I'm telling you what I did that has significantly impacted my life. And I know it can do the same for you. All right?